Hey, namaste. This is Sacredowl with another chapter of Real Talk by Sacredowl. Today is part 3 and the final part of the Laws of Life. And as I promised in the 2 prior videos that refer to this title, that I would give you all of them. And today I would like to finish and conclude the Laws of Life and go into it a little bit. And prior to that, we spoke about the laws. In the prior video, we spoke about the law of responsibility, the law of connection, the law of hospitality and giving, and then the law of change, and the law of here and now. And in the first video, we spoke about the law of growth, the law of humility, the law of creation, and the law, as you sow, so shall you reap. And so today we're going to talk about the last 3, maybe 4 that I have that I'd like to share with you. And hopefully it'll conclude everything that you got, and you'll get something out of this. And mind you, when we speak about these laws, it's basically suggestions in life in order to enhance the part of your life that you're trying to do. Every day we go through some changes, we go through some challenges, and so hopefully these laws will assist you in trying to help you overcome those life challenges that try to whip you behind. Well, maybe this will give you the tools to make life a lot easier and less bumpy. But the next law that I'd like to speak about, or the suggestion I'd like to speak about, is called the law of focus. One cannot direct attention beyond a single task. Now, people say, oh, I can multitask, and this is not what it's referring to. It's not saying that you could do 2 different things at the same time. This is relating to your spiritual growth. We cannot have a negative thought or an action and expect to grow spiritually. We must direct full attention to achieve any desired work. So in other words, if you are trying to spiritually get abundant, or try to gain money, or try to have attract those things in your life that you want, you cannot start thinking about how poor you are or how broke you are, because now you're not focusing on a singularity thought. You're focusing on multiple thoughts. I want to be well off, but at the same time I'm worried about my bills, or I want to do this at the same time I want to do that. One thing I strongly recommend when you're dealing with, let's say, abundance as a focusing mechanism, don't write out a budget. I mean, yes, have an idea of what you're going to spend, but when you start writing out a budget to the penny, then what you're creating is just an expectation to cover that budget to the penny. Leave room for growth. I'm not saying that, spend your money fruitlessly. I'm not suggesting that you go become irresponsible. What I'm suggesting is stop holding your money so tight, or holding the idea and the thought of abundance so tight that you close your fist, and then you have no space to hold water in it or hold abundance in it. So when you're focusing on spiritual matters, stop focusing on negative matters. If you are focusing on personal growth and self-growth, don't worry about what somebody's saying about you, because it doesn't matter. If you're worried, if you're focusing on love and the growth of love and wanting to be stronger, then don't worry about what your partner's doing. If that partner's for you, they're going to be for you. If you start worrying about how to micromanage that, then what you're doing is you're losing focus on the main thought, and that would be the main thought of being multitasking with negative and positive energies. If you're going to be positive, then focus on positive. If you want to be negative, don't knock yourself out, but then just focus on negative. But you can't focus on both if you expect to accomplish something. Which brings to the next law, which is the law of patience and reward. Nothing of value created without a patient mindset. Tolling away cannot be circumvented through wishful thinking. Our rewards are claimed only through patience and persistence. Nothing else. Rewards are not the end result. True, they may be giving you lasting joy and comes from a knowledge of doing what's necessary, and it gives you a rightful anticipation of a reward that is well earned, but a reward is not the end result. Being patient and expecting a reward contradicts itself. Being patient and then receiving the reward without any expectation is what it has, and that is of value. It makes things easier and makes things light. So stop focusing on what you think you're going to get, or stop looking at a sign like, oh, this sign means I'm going to get this reward. That doesn't work like that. Which leads to the last and final law that I'm told to share, and that is the law of significance and inspiration. The best reward is one that's contributed to the whole. So at the end result of everything, little value if it leaves little or nothing behind. Energy and intentions are vital components that determine the significance of an end result. Ideally, love and passion embodies the motives that one resolves in leaving lasting impressions to the whole. Do things because you love to do it. Do things because it's part of your music in life, like I said earlier. Do things because it's within you. And when you do it with that intentions, I promise you, life is going to be so much better. It's really working for me. Am I where I want to be at yet? Of course not. But I'll get there soon enough. And when I do, then I figure something else that I have to do to get where I have to go. But in the meantime, though, be significant and find inspiration. But the inspiration should be in the mirror. The inspiration and the motivation should come from you, because you are worthy. You are a person who's loving, and that. So remember, these last 3 laws I shared with you is the law of focus, the law of patience and reward, and the law of significance and inspiration. Do things because you want to. Do things because you love to. Stay focused on the positive, or stay focused on that spiritual path, or stay focused on the personal path, and most of all, be patient, and your rewards will all come in time. I hope all these laws helped you. This is the last of the 3-part series of the laws of life, and may you enjoy and dust that. And then if my information is at the top, hit like, subscribe. If it's at the bottom, subscribe, and give me some comments and some feedback. I appreciate you all. I love you. Sacredowl.